Aaron Treacy is with me today. The returning Red Team powerhouse will be one half of the main event in less than a week's time at the 12th Perth Corporate Rumble. We chat about his last PCR appearance, earthworks, mental health, Kyashh, and the importance of this PCR event. Special thanks to Easy As, Earth Moving and Skin Rejuvenate, major sponsor of today's guest, as well as Gerbsmack, Sports Mouthguards, Link Support Solutions, MVP Real Estate, Counterbalance Fitness and Studio 22, all major sponsors of the PCR. And a warning for today's show, we cover topics of mental health and suicide which may not be suitable for all listeners. So please welcome Mr. Aaron Treacy.
I bought you some stickers too, mate, because I know how much.
Do you remember? That sticker, honestly, I still laugh about it. Only because I've got a few of them. Have you got one now?
Yeah, I've got one.
I've got a few more down there. And I was cleaning that up before, and I was thinking, those stickers, they were actually hard to get.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'll give them to, who can I give them to test this out? Who can I trust?
Yeah.
And I give it to you, and you butchered it. That would have been hard to get off too.
Yeah, it did. It took ages.
Oh, it was just all in that little...
Yeah, that black, all in those little dots.
Dots.
Yeah.
With these mics, if you talk to the side, it's a bit muffled. If you can talk straight down the middle.
Straight down into it.
Yeah, so you can move them. Like you can adjust them.
Oh, okay.
You can tilt it.
Oh, yeah, cool.
So you'll hear if you talk straight into it.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That's good, eh?
Oh, that's the voice. That's the voice of people.
Oh, wow. And welcome.
That's what the people come to want. Surprised the other two guys that I'd commentate with aren't in here today because they knew you were coming. Where did that start?
Oh, geez, I don't even know, eh?
We joked about it once, and it's just
kicked off.
Every time we see you now, even if you're not involved, we've somehow tried to bring you into the commentary. there was Innie's son was there, and he was dressed in a suit. We were saying, he was dressed at the house of Treacy.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Oh, I've got a video. I took a video of you at training the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to show you because I tried to send it to you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it. Here it is. Check this bad boy out. Hang on. Check this out.
Oh, this is. Oh, wow. Have a look at it.
I know. And do you know why I couldn't send it?
What a mess.
Because this goes on for about 40 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry, a minute 18.
Oh, wow.
I think I recorded it for far too long. You know this is going to come. You know I'm going to put this out somewhere, don't you? I'm going to find it. But yeah, it just keeps going. Good. It just keeps going.
But I think I just kept on doing it too.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, righto.
Start getting serious. I was watching your fight the other day.
Yeah.
No, not the other day. About 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Hang on. It's still going somewhere. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Your fight, this was 18 months ago. This was October 2022.
Yeah. Yeah, was it that long ago? Yeah,
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
And I was watching it. I'm the only one that I reckon saw that low blow.
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah,
I think I called it. Let's have a look.
Call it.
The good thing was it wasn't just one low blow. It was a couple.
It was a couple. Yeah.
Let's have a look. You land this punch here.
And then I get him in the corner.
Mate, I thought that was it. I thought that big overhand was going to get you. There's one there, then the body, and then there's a second.
Oh.
Have you watched this back?
Yeah, I've watched it a couple of times, yeah.
How do you feel? I hope it's all right, me watching it, bringing it up here, mate.
Yeah, no, it's good.
How did you feel watching it back? Because you must have learnt what not what you did wrong, because you didn't do anything wrong. Gordy put on a great performance.
Yeah, 100%.
Walk me through what happened.
I just feel, like I dropped the ball a bit as soon as I tripped over it. Well, yeah, he hit me, and then I've sort of tripped over, and I've got the count, the 10-second count.
You were straight back up though.
Yeah, I was straight back up, bounced back up, but I was just pissed at myself. I've never been knocked down before in the ring, and all the sparring that I've done with Lucas Brown, Big Daddy, and all that sort of stuff with those big boys, and then to get dropped on the night in front of everyone, I was just And I literally just went back to the corner. I don't even know what Nigel and that were saying because I was, yeah.
Was it just consuming you, was it?
Yeah, it just consumed me. And, yeah. And I know, like, yeah, I took that out of that fight and just said, you know, yeah, I just got to be able to, move on, you know, round by round sort of thing.
Because if you lost the first round 10-8, because
Yeah.
I think that's how they're going to score it if there's a knockdown,
Yeah.
you had to win the next two.
Yeah, exactly.
I reckon you got close.
Yeah.
How tired were you in round 3?
Oh, round 3 I was wrecked because I literally went out in round 2 and tried to knock his head off.
I know. I saw it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Because at the start I was sort of trying to have a bit of fun with him, you know, like I sort of dropped the arms a bit and I had a bit of a smile with him and but he gave me nothing back and I was like, yeah, okay.
He was taking it very seriously.
This is Game Geordie. So
I think his old man was in the corner as well.
yeah, I could hear Ricardo flat out.
Yeah.
His whole corner. That's To be fair, I could pretty much just hear his corner. Like that was all I could hear, and his missus and all of the crew. So
they were loud.
They were very loud.
You came out. I didn't expect you to come out that hard because I mean both first and second round. You must have been exhausted in that third.
Oh yeah, in the third, yeah, I couldn't even lift me arms up pretty much. It was tiring, but you know, through training, like you'd like to think, oh yeah, you know, I'm good for 3 2-minute rounds, you know, but yeah, when it comes to being out there and in front of everyone, it's
a different story.
It does whack you. Yeah, so
it must have been not just frustrating, but it must have been exhausting because Gordy moved back a fair bit. He was constantly moving out of the way.
That was the thing, yeah. So every time, because he's so long, every time I'd try and come in, he'd either wrap me up and hold me, or he'd just step away. And pretty much one of his steps was almost 2 of mine. Yeah, and that's why I was sort of always like trying to hold my distance, and then I was sort of like jumping at him, sort of a thing. Like that's how I sort of thought I could get to him somehow, and then I could even hear his corner, wrap him up, hold him, you know, and then every time I'd get in, I'd cop a few hits, and I'd think, you know, now I can start demolishing his body. Yeah. But he'd just wrap me up, so then we have to separate. So
okay. How are you going to come in different this time?
I feel like this first round, I'm just gonna assess him and just play it by ear. I'm definitely not going to come out probably as fast. I
don't think it's possible to come out faster than you.
Yeah, literally, 100%. Yeah, we're straight into it. But
there seems to be more of a game plan now. I mean, I guess Nigel and Glenn were always trying to work in a game plan with you guys.
Yeah.
But every event seems to be a little bit more technical, everyone takes it just that little bit more serious.
Yeah.
And I know you've been taking this one very serious.
Yeah.
Who you been training with outside? If you're happy to tell me.
Yeah. So, there's been a couple. Geordie's dad, Ricardo, met him in the toilet after the fight, and he came up to me and gave me a big hug and said, you know, you've done an amazing job out there, mate. He said, you know, my son's been boxing since he was 5 years old, and you've only taken this up, you know, recently, sort of a thing. He said you really gave it to him, and he was worried, you know.
There's a lot of respect there in the Monteleone family.
Yeah, so it was great. And then, pretty much, you know, added him on Facebook, whatever, and started chatting to him. And then he said, oh, if you're keen, come around and, you know, do a few pad rounds. So, I've been doing that pretty much ever since. Every Tuesday, go around to his place in his garage there, his setup, and roll some out, and then do a bit of a spar sesh after that. You know, he's had his bouts overseas, and he had some over in Queensland and that, and I feel like I helped him out a fair bit too, doing a lot of sparring and that with him. Yeah. Recently I just started training with a guy called Mikey Fry. Yeah. He trains in Legends Gym.
Okay.
And he's been fantastic. I went to him and I just said, he's like, oh, you know, what do you want to work on? And I just said, look, I really feel like my footwork is sort of a, you know, a low point in my ability sort of thing. So yeah, and then straight away he just put me into footwork drills, and it's crazy how much that has altered how I move around in the ring now, and
feel a lot more balanced.
And feel a lot more just at ease, and yeah, I don't know, it's just sort of all I don't know, so to speak, like came together.
Yeah.
And
what's the height difference with you and Mason? Hudson?
Yeah, we're pretty much same, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's around 6 foot, so.
Okay.
And yeah, pretty much the same, exactly the same weight. Yeah, we should be both below probably 90.
Okay.
So, yeah, it should be good.
There'd be few. I was talking to someone, I'm not going to drop him in it, but I was talking to someone who may or may not be associated with the blue team.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that he hasn't seen anyone more focused than you in this event.
Yeah.
And I know there are quite a few guys coming back. You obviously, you got Bo, you got Vince coming back, you got the rematch with Barry and Alex.
Mm.
But he was impressed with how much you're putting in and how much work you're doing outside as well. So I saw you training with Lucas Brown as well. He's a massive man.
Yeah, he's a unit.
I didn't realise how big he was till I stood next to him.
I know, right?
How would you fight that guy?
Oh,
how would you?
With great difficulty.
Because you'd punch him, and I can't see it having any real effect.
Doesn't.
Imagine him hitting you back.
Literally doesn't. He just sort of laughs, and as he gets hit, which I've sort of grown to admire, and I sort of try and do myself, is the harder you get hit, if you can move forward on someone after they've hit you, well, you know, it kills their confidence, you know. And like sometimes I think, you know, yeah, I've hit him good, you know, I give him a good left hook or whatever, or right hook, and then yeah, he just comes forward and gives me a good one in the guts, you know, or something.
It's quite
like that.
deflating, it must be.
Oh, it's next level. And just how he moves around the ring, yeah, for a big guy, he just cuts the corners, and just you really have to, with my footwork now, he's even said, he's just like, yeah, like it's a bit harder now because I'm sort of manoeuvring around the ring a bit more,
what's a head movement like? From what I've seen at training, that's the thing that I'm concerned about, not with you, but with a lot of people, is punching seems to become almost, not naturally, but everyone knows how to punch, but you never learn to defend yourself or move your head. So it seems like 80% of everything is just attack.
Yeah. I feel like that, yeah, that was a big thing in mine too, and I sort of have to tell myself to do defense as well and offense.
Well, you got a decent chin, because Gordy did land a few good ones on you.
Yeah. I feel like that has came into my boxing a lot more, is a lot more defense and a lot more offense, you know, like as people say, you know, the aim of boxing is not to get hit. Yeah. You know, so the big boys, you know, like Lucas, you know, like he does get hit, and then he I feel like that's the old way of boxing, is they get hit and then they
just
attack, you know, that's sort of, so.
But now you're going to get hit less and less, just trying to outpoint people.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Most of these PCR fights do go to the cards, obviously. Like it is, we do still get stoppages, but they're pretty rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that not getting hit, just racking up those points is going to be the key.
That's it.
How do you feel about being main event?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Because you fought pretty late in the other one, didn't you? What fight? You fight 7, so not too bad.
So it wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think, at the time, I think Geordie was actually relatively keen on going main event. Yeah. And I said, nah, look, I'm not keen on that. But yeah, look, like it'll be good. I've been to a few of them now, so it's it's good just to be able to get out there, and it'll be late. You know, it'll probably be around what time, about 11 o'clock or something.
I should be able to tell you exactly what time it is, mate. I've got it here somewhere. I was looking at it earlier on. Where are we? So here, you're booked in at 5:15. It's 11:12.
11:12. Yeah,
that's still late, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you going to do prior?
Yeah, I was sort of trying to go through it during the week and the past few weeks, really, and just sort of working out, you know, what I am going to do, because I'm not really one to have naps. I don't nap during the day. I'm sort of one of them ones that always, the brain just keeps ticking. And
Do you remember Owen Waite?
yeah.
Owen Waite was telling me that he went to bed at about 4 in the arvo and had a couple of hours and got up feeling fresh.
Yeah, right.
And then came down to fight.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
That's
I couldn't think of anything worse.
Oh,
I wouldn't wake up.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
So Ronnie might have some tips for you. I see Ronnie down there a fair bit.
yeah.
What's Ronnie's tips on?
Ronnie's been good. Yeah, he's pretty much been down there every training session. So, yeah, I've really appreciated him coming down and just being able to someone that's, can hold pads properly, sort of thing. Like it does get a bit hard sometimes. Like if the overextension of your sort of your elbow, if they don't catch your punches. So he's been really good. He's been coming down and when I'm with him, I feel like I get a really good workout and a really good session in because, yeah, I can hit him.
I don't think people realise how important it is for someone to hold the pads correctly.
Yeah.
Because people think, just put your hands out and you hit them. But no.
No, there's a bit to it.
You've got some good former fighters down there coming in to give you a hand. And I suppose since you've broken off into the red team, have you had a few more down there?
No, not overly, really. Couple of girls has been down there. Steph came down there.
Trying to mimic possibly Liv.
Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that was good. And but yeah, pretty much just Ronnie's really been down there.
Okay. Your sponsors. We'll go on to your sponsors first. We should actually talk a bit about this PCR. Easy As sponsoring yourself.
Yeah, sponsor myself again.
Tell me about Easy As. I was actually going onto your Instagram and I saw you guys ripping out, I think it was a pencil pine or something.
Oh, yeah.
I could just imagine every Italian family that I know have got about 10 of these pencil pines and they just would have been, they would have been just cursing you as you rip that thing out.
That's up there with the tomato tree, I think, for them. Not a tomato.
How did you get into this? Like, was this something, because you grew up on a farm in Gippsland?
Yeah, so I grew up up in Victoria, and then my parents they run a working dairy farm. So
hard work?
Oh, look, yeah, for them, 100%. From about 15 or so, I sort of had a lot more involvement, so to speak, in it. And I'd get up and milk the cows, go and get them, and it really starts like, we're getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, to go and get the cows in on a winter day when it's pouring rain, and
why does it start so early? I always wondered that.
You put your dryzer bone on and out you go. Starts early. Well, I don't really know, to be honest, because you're milking them twice a day, so you're morning and night, and I think they just want a decent break in between the two milkings, so they can go back to the paddock and have a feed and a chew, and come back, and they're going to have some milk when they come back at night time. So,
are your parents still over there?
Yeah, they still live there. So
still got the farm?
Nah, they sold the farm and moved into town, just into a 1 acre property in there. So then Dad ended up doing real estate. So he's got a real estate business over there. So
either of those two coming over?
Yeah, so Dad actually told me during the week.
Oh, nice. I like this.
That he's coming over. So that was good. It was a good month or two ago. I think I hit him up and he's like, oh, no, Aaron, I can't, So, got too much on with this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough, and then I was on the phone to him the other day and, he goes, oh, so... I'm
staying with you.
Yeah, I'm coming over. So, it'll be good. He comes in on a Friday, so I'll pick him up from the airport and it'll be great to have him there.
Were either of your parents at your first one?
Yeah, so Dad came over for the first one.
Okay.
Mum wouldn't come over because she can't see her son getting hit.
It must be hard. It must be hard for the family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do wonder why. And after the first one, Dad was just like, righto, so that's it, right? You're not doing another one? And I was like,
we knew you'd be back. Because you were heavily involved in it, like, ever since. We saw you. Who were you cornering last time? I couldn't think.
Yeah, I was cornering a few guys.
You cornered Ronnie.
Cornered Ronnie.
Yeah.
And who else? Michael, Mick.
Oh, yeah. Magic Mike.
So
very close.
Yeah,
very close.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours. So I was going around to his place and doing some extra sessions with him, and
Okay. Nice. And your other sponsor, your Skin Rejuvenate, is this the one just down the road here? Or is there multiple Skin
I
Rejuvenate?
think there's a couple of them.
Okay, all right. Which one's sponsoring you?
So he's got his in, what's it called? Karana.
Yep.
And there's one down south near, where is it, Coburn area.
Okay.
Well, somewhere there, so...
I know there's one on Beaufort. I saw it the other day, and I saw it and I was going, geez, I've driven past this thing 100 times, and then I just saw it and I went, that's easy as. That's easy as a sponsor right there.
So, yeah, I might have to give Hudson...
Just a voucher?
Hudson's a voucher after the fight.
How did you get into the Easy As Earth movie? How long have you had that?
So we've been running now for about 2.5 years.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So, geez, that was really early days when you fought last time.
Yeah, it was fresh. So I used to do that sort of stuff. I used to do civil stuff, and then I got out of civils. I was always sort of doing FIFO. So I left high school. I finished year 12, and I deferred going to uni.
Yep.
And
what were you going to study?
Paramedics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
didn't go back to it?
No, I didn't end up going back.
Would you go back?
No, I don't think so.
No.
But so deferred that, and there was a gas pipeline going from my parents' property. So I got onto that, and then they ended up asking me to come over to WA to work for them over here, doing the Dampier to Bunbury gas pipeline. So yeah, that was it was pretty much the first sort of real job that I've had. So that was working 28 days, 7 days off.
28 days.
Literally no RDOs, no nothing. Like, it was just 28 days straight, and that's all I knew. And it was sort of good, because I was just like, oh, this is what work's all about, sort of a thing. But,
did you have a partner or anything at the time?
No, I had no partner. No,
okay.
So it was a bit easier. But I was just flying from Melbourne to Perth airport and then straight up north.
Oh,
so I didn't really.
So you're living in Melbourne but doing this stuff over here?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, all over, really, all over Australia. But to be honest, I didn't really like Perth because it was, the place of work, and all I thought it was just a red, dusty, sandy place. So
and the nice beach. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know it had nice beaches, to be honest.
Okay.
And then I looked into it, and then that sort of started to slow down a lot. So I switched over and I got into oil and gas. So I was at Barrow Island for a good couple of years, and got me riggers. I was as a rigger, and then a crane operator towards the end. And then after that, I've been in cranes now for probably, it was like 4 years, I think it was. Yeah, so
what's FIFO life like? Like, honestly?
Oh, it's hard. Like, it's.
Do you do 12-hour days? Is that how it works?
12-hour days. Yeah. So it's hard on you, mentally as well. But as a lot of people know, but it's sort of one of them things. You got to have a goal and
an exit strategy or something.
Strategy, exactly. Yeah. So I've sort of always had a goal to make my own, go into get some sort of business. So while I was doing that, I ended up I did a Cert 4 in business management, just to sort of keep the brain sort of moving as well, because I thought the brain was sort of starting to
switch off,
because you don't have to use it.
Yeah,
you can leave your brain at the door, as they say, and pick it up when you get back home from work. So, I did that, and I was always sort of looking into doing something. I was actually looking into opening up a child early learning.
Oh, okay.
I put a few offers on a few spots, but they didn't come through. And then then I looked into maybe if I wanted to, I had to try and find something else that I wanted to set my mind on. And how it actually happened is I was up in Karratha at Pluto, and Pluto gas plant, and we had a milestone party, and it was at the local RSL, and a few drinks and whatever. And I was at the bar with one of the boys or a few of the boys, and you know, we had our food and everything like that, and one of the boys was yarning to the lady behind the bar, an old Sheila, and yeah, he goes, oh, you know, so, you know, is there dessert? And she's like, nah, no dessert. And he's like, oh, well, might have to have you for dessert, eh? And he reaches over and he touches her on her privates, on her.
Oh, Jesus.
Did a bit of a boob grab. And
it's on now. Yep.
And yeah, so anyway, I took that and I just, walked away sort of a thing. Didn't think anything of it. Anyway, I went back to work for, I think it was like 3 days. I then got called off into the office and, got stood down under investigation. And got
You did?
Yeah. So there was like 3 or 4 of us, I think, because we're all in the same area. We were sort of like beside him.
Yeah.
And
because you didn't act on it.
Yeah. So anyway, I got sent back to Perth, and I just thought it was a paid holiday. Pretty much everyone was telling me, they're like, "Oh, you didn't do anything, so paid holiday," you know. So I went and bought up a few things, and I was thinking, "Yep, sweet, no dramas." And then, sure enough, they ended up giving me the sack because I didn't act on it. I should have said something to him, even though he was under, you know, the influence of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if I did say something, what could have happened? He could have, you know, we could have ended up in a fight or whatever like that. But, you know, it's just
we're living in dangerous times,
that's
mate.
how it is, you know. Like, they just have the power, and you know, you just got to grim and bear it. You're remembered for. They don't remember you for all the good stuff you do. They just remember you for all the
one thing,
all your fuck ups, as they say. So, yeah.
We're talking about
that's the first. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been kicked up, like, you know, sacked, so to speak. So that sort of got me head down, bum up, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to turn a negative into a positive, and that's when I went out and put a deposit on an excavator and ordered a truck, and got the ball rolling.
Something good's come out of it.
Mm.
We were talking about this the other day, how it is dangerous times at the moment with, I suppose, with what you can and can't say, and what can be misinterpreted, or what can be said one way but people decide to take it another when that was never really your intent.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a bit scary.
Oh yeah, big time.
I know. I got to watch what I say on here. That's why I just like to stay quiet over here. I edited all the stuff out that I say about you.
I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, will I bloody?
No, that's fine, mate. There's been some stories. I've got one, but I will tell you afterwards. I'm not telling you now. There's no chance I'm putting that recording case on. I was going through some of your social media. Alex Welsh.
Yeah.
He's a mate of yours?
Yeah, good mate, yeah.
I actually remember this story. As soon as I saw the photo, he was quite a good motocross rider, wasn't he?
Correct.
Is it okay to talk about Alex?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Tell me about this, because you're obviously here at his wedding.
Yeah.
Tell me about this guy. So all I knew of him was he was a motocross rider, and I remember reading this story. This would have had to have been 10 years ago, you reckon?
Yeah, I think he was about 15.
I think was he 17? Maybe I could have been wrong. Anyway, you'll know more than me.
Yeah, he was 16. Yeah, he was 16, sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so 16 years old, fully sponsored by KTM. And I think it was New Year's Day or something like that, I think he was. And, Blue Rock motocross track, and he's just come into a corner. He's just got a brand new bike, and it was fully stock standard. And, he's just come into a corner normal and just washed it out, and the general run-of-the-mill crash, and no good. And
he's is it paraplegic? Is that what it is?
Paraplegic. Yeah. So what happened is the neck braces, the neck braces that they used to use to take all the pressure off. Well, it's meant to take the pressure off your neck. Sort of a thing, but what it actually did was it put pressure on your spine, and it would run down your back of your spine, and it would sort of stop. I think it was like T12, is it?
Okay, so right up there
area, yeah. And of course, what happened is as soon as where it stops, his back is bent over that, and it's just
one of those freak accidents.
Yeah, so.
But he's
that was one of the things that made them change now. So now they put pressure onto the collarbone area, and it'll pretty much break your collarbone as opposed to anything, which isn't. But yeah, he's
Still not ideal to break a collarbone.
100%. But yeah, he's taken it with a stride, and he's
done so well, hasn't he?
He's next level. This guy, like, he's just he's something else. He knew he was going to be good at something, and we all knew he was going to be a sports athlete, sports star. He takes everything so seriously, and he's got into the hand cycling, and he's representing Australia, and he's killing it. Yeah,
beautiful. It must have been a big thing for him at 17 or 16, 17, however old he was, because that's just when your life's starting.
Exactly.
Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine sponsored by KTM on top of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really?
He used to go out, and in his juniors, he'd go out and race the senior guys, and he'd be overtaking the senior guys and just catch you later, like just no one could catch him, he was definitely going to America, like 100%. He was. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Really, things like this, it really makes you look at yourself and you think that you've been dealt a bad hand.
Yeah.
And then these guys like this that are still just doing so well.
Oh, yeah, killing it. Yeah, and he's got lovely 2 kids now. And
beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. That's his wife there?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, yeah. Spot on there. Yeah. Something that I had a look at, are you celiac?
Not celiac, but...
Or gluten intolerant?
Yeah, gluten intolerant.
Is that the same thing? Don't ask me where I found this info. I have been stalking you, for about 4 years.
So celiac, I guess, if you're celiac and if you do eat gluten, you have a reaction. So where I am is sort of, I just know that gluten isn't great for me. Doesn't
What's
sit
it do?
well. So yeah, pretty much just bloats me and makes me tired and
maybe that's what I've got.
Yeah. Well,
how'd you find
amazing.
out?
So, it's a place, iDNA Health. I've put so many people onto it now. I feel like I should be,
finder's fee.
Mention Aaron 10 and you get a discount and I'll get some money back because, I've sent so many people there. It changed my life, realistically. I went there and you literally just lick a swab and they send it off to Melbourne and it comes back with your DNA. And it comes back with what you should be eating as a person, like, what your stomach is, needs. And I found out that I was lacking an enzyme that helps break down my food. So, ever since I know, I used to go to the toilet a lot during the day. Like I'd be a 4 or 5 time person.
That's a FIFO, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Take the phone in there and a smoke. I gotta go to the toilet again.
But so
changed your life.
Yeah, it changed my life. Yeah, so I found out this, and then now I've been having this tablet, which helps break down the food. And I lost so much weight. I was always sitting, like I always used to eat relatively well, like really well. I always used to meal prep and all that sort of stuff. And I was always sitting above 100 kilos. Even, I got up to 112 sort of kilos. And
how long ago did this happen?
Yeah, so it's probably 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must be lighter now than you were the first time you fought. Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah. So, just with this, now I just can't drink beer.
That's not a bad thing,
which isn't a bad thing. But
maybe that's why. That's the reason you're losing the weight.
But no beer. Just I get on the ginger beers and try and
vodka.
Yeah. So,
do you taste spirits?
Yeah, vodka's fine.
Yeah,
wine and all that. Yeah,
you got to do that. You got to enjoy yourself.
Yeah. I have a beer every now and again. Just if I have to. She did say, look, like it's not a bad thing if you do have gluten. Just try not to have it the next day.
Okay.
So, but
what's the name of this place? Because it's
called iDNA Health in Stirling. It'll probably cost you about $800 all up, but it would be the best $800 you've ever spent in your life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
I last time my parents were over here, I brought my parents there, and because they did say, look, it like some of the stuff will run in the family, and and they found out, of course, too, that they were, gluten intolerant. It tells you how many intolerances there are. I think there's like 7 intolerances that you can be intolerant to, and I'm intolerant to, I think it was 5 or something.
Jeez.
So, but I found out, anything from a cow I can't have as well.
No dairy.
No dairy.
Yeah,
So-
dairy's not good for you.
but I
is it?
still do have it.
You got to have it.
I've
You
gotta
got
have
to
some
treat
cheese.
yourself.
I love a bit of cheese, and I'm not really a butter fan, but yeah.
It is
cheese.
amazing what they can find out now from DNA.
You know, it's crazy.
It's good though.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm always a bit hesitant, thinking, is it just a, not saying these people, because obviously these people have helped you, but there's a lot of, say, other companies, and it's a bit of, the old snake oil kind of thing.
Yeah, I know.
But no, this one works for you.
Yeah, a lot of people do sort of like put their, they put their eyebrow up and go, no, I reckon it's a load of crap. I'm just like, oh,
Still works.
yeah. So
We were talking about the other day, I was talking to Jody about Reiki.
yeah,
And I know some people are very not anti-Reiki, but they don't believe it's actually true. But you see, how many people that's healed over the
100%.
years.
Yeah.
I think you just got to be open to new things, don't
Oh,
you?
big time. Yeah.
You guess
Yeah.
what it is.
Gotta
Just
be
got to be
open-minded.
open to all this.
Yeah.
Tell me why. This is actually going back to the PCR now.
Yeah.
Why did you do it first time, and then what made you decide to come back?
First time, yeah. Well, I had a few guys that I know that had done it.
Yep.
Yeah, a mate of mine, Justin. He done it. He done it the one before me. I think it was. He was in the. I think he was in the blue team. Can't remember. But yeah, Justin. Yeah, Justin pretty much put me in. He signed me up. He went and told Glenn. He said, "Yep."
And they put you in the red team.
Azza would be a good contender. And yeah, bam, I'm in the red team. But no, it's been good. No, it was awesome.
Okay. And coming back, how hard was it to come back? Does it feel like almost unfinished business you've got here?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
That's it?
got to go 1-on-1.
Are you
Even
going
it up.
to come out to YMCA once again as you did the first time? Please don't do that to me again.
Nah, I'm not this time. I'm taking it a bit more serious this time. So
Yeah.
it'll be
Do you want to let us know?
More mainstream.
Can I have a guess?
Go on.
It's not by the Village People, so what is it? Hit me.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. Can't stop.
Can't stop from the start.
Yeah,
Right from the
very
start.
From the
I'm
very
looking
start.
forward to this. This is awesome. YouTube are going to just destroy me with copyright here, but I actually don't care. I'm prepared to take the hit just to enjoy this.
100%.
Have you got it timed, like what you're actually going to do with the curtains coming open and everything?
No, not
You
really.
can time it.
Is there a time? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You see it?
So good. Can't stop the beat. Oh, it's so good.
Mate, Hudson did a better sing version than you.
Oh, fair dinkum.
Yeah, 10-9 to Hudson for the singing.
Jeez.
This is when Red Hot Chili Peppers were on fire, weren't they?
Yeah, that would be.
It does. It's
They
unfortunate.
still are. They still are.
Still are. It is unfortunate that this is probably during the height of the drug use from the band. So many people like that. Remember Elton John?
Oh.
Remember
Terrible.
Elton John before he got clean? The hits? Then he got clean. I was like, what are you doing, Elton?
Yeah, I know, right?
This song's good. This song's going to get me pumped. So you're coming out first, aren't you? Yeah, Red come out first.
Yeah, I think
from
so,
memory.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. You always do.
Yeah.
This song gets you going?
I was wondering whether they were going to mix it up, but yeah, okay.
Good luck. I think you got to run that past the $6 million man.
Yeah.
And I actually
Too
did
hard.
ask him because I was getting all my paperwork together. I remember asking him. He goes, "Nah, blue always second. Red first, blue second." Dude, it's going to be hard for is Nadia. She's never been to an event before, and she's first out in fight one.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
Going to be some composure. Need some composure.
big time.
I went through the fights and put my predictions in there, which I won't tell anyone the prediction, but I had it 15 fights. And I'm not joking here. I had it 7-7 going into the main event. Could you imagine? It
Wow.
could come down to you.
Imagine.
That would be madness.
Be good.
That'd
I'd
be
love
good.
it.
The red team are going to come back this time.
Yeah,
11 to 2. Blue won last time, but then the one before was 11-4 to the
Yeah,
red.
correct, yeah.
See, so
Yeah,
11
everyone
and 4.
seems to forget about that one.
It's 11-4, I think it was. I don't know.
Yeah,
I should. I
sure
got.
it was, yeah, it was.
I entered it on Wikipedia. Probably should know that.
Yeah,
So.
hey, old Abernethy doesn't remember that one. He only remembers the last.
Abernethy.
Oh, God.
He's there all the time, isn't he?
He's a menace. He's a legend. He's a legend, but he's a menace.
Who's the most one-eyed do you think you've ever met? One-eyed fighter for their team.
Oh,
Abernethy must be up there.
I'd have to say him. Yeah,
He is, isn't he? He's just
got a tattoo. He's got the tattoo. He's got the.
Didn't a few of the girls get him as well?
Oh, did he?
Didn't that girls get him on their arm or something?
Oh, they got the boxing gloves.
What did he get? Don't tell me he got 11-2.
He got 11-2.
I don't even know if he won his fight. I reckon Chris Dodge was robbed. No,
Yeah, I think there was a lot of cash getting thrown around. I think Glenn, he's coming into this fight. Maybe, I don't know. Poor man, so maybe it'll be a bit more even. So
I don't know. It's going to be close. He is probably the most one-eyed person that I've seen, but that's good for the blue team.
Mm.
But Ronnie's still there. Ronnie's a bit more. I mean, Ronnie's there probably just as much as Abernethy.
100%, yeah.
But he's just a bit more subtle, like a bit more
subtle.
reserved.
Yeah.
Imagine fighting Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, it'd be good.
That'd be horrible. I hate it. Oh, mate, something that you did gloss over, or not gloss over, but that you did mention is the importance of mental health. And I'm a big supporter of this kind of stuff. What is it about mental health that I guess has affected you or has got you, I guess, aware of what's going on today?
Yeah, so it's hit me twice actually in my life. So when I moved to Perth, I had a really good mate, Shamron, his name was, and yeah, I looked up to him. He was pretty much my protege. I was like, shit, if I can have his life, anything, even half of what he has, I'd be stoked. He had a beautiful house, gorgeous missus, he's got all the cars, bikes, because Lamborghini, he's got the 200 series, he's got, Harleys, he's got race cars, he's kitted out. And he's just a great guy, he'd do anything for anyone. And yeah, he ended up committing suicide. He just went through a bad thing and let it get to him. And he was one of them ones that was, he didn't want to speak up, he was sort of, he didn't want anyone to look at him as being, weak sort of a thing, He was always sort of like the hard guy who's covered in tats and all that sort of stuff. And I guess, he just didn't come to anyone for help. And, and like the night that it happened, I remember I was on Barrow Island and I was asleep and I heard my phone ring and it was him and I answered and he only said a few words to me and then that sent panic to me and then I had to call his girlfriend and then his girlfriend's mum and they were trying to find out where he was and then we had to do a bit of a manhunt to try and find where he was and then ended up finding out where he was and in a motel and anyway they ended up getting there and it was too late, so that hit home for me there. So I bought one of his bikes off his partner, so that's my Harley that I have, a night train. Me and him used to always go riding together. We had Harleys. Well, I had a Harley as well when he used to go, and he had an idea of what he wanted my his bike to look like.
Is that him there?
Yeah, that's him there. Yeah. So he had part of it done, and then I finished it off for him. So still a few little bits and bobs that I want to change, but so I still have a great relationship with his partner, and because at the time she was actually pregnant with his baby, Ali, so she was born after he passed away. So
how long ago was this?
This would be 6 years ago now. Yeah, 5,
still hurts just as much now as it did then.
100%. Yeah.
Jeez.
And then a little more recent, my nephew Rowan. he decided he didn't want to be here anymore. And I was sort of his dad, so to speak, his dad figure. His dad didn't want to have anything to do with him when he was born. So he sort of always came to me for anything really. And I moved away. I moved to WA, sort of a thing. So we still had a good relationship. And but he was sort of still in the town that I grew up in, and he sort of started hanging around with the wrong people, and he got into the drug scene, and realistically, it was that's what it was really. But sort of that's what did him, Like he was just on it a lot, He was, whether he was selling it or what, but he was still, he's still a smart kid, and I wanted him to come over here and work with me, and it's just hard that he can't, hard that I can't go back and change things. Of course, you would, but I actually had a chat with what are they called? They can speak to
a clairvoyant.
Yeah, clairvoyant sort of a guy, and that was amazing. Connected with Rowan, and that made hair stand up on my back. Like some of the stuff that he was nailing, like there's no chance that he would be able to look it up on Facebook or whatever, and some of the people that he knew, and he was naming this guy, and some of the stuff that Rowan, and he even said, because a lot of us have had our dark days and that, and there was a time when I was semi-contemplating it. There was things got tough, but I just had good friends around me, and picked myself back up, and keep kicking on. But and that's that's a lot what sport and the boxing, big time, that helps. So you
mentioned the boxing there. I know that after speaking to them, a lot of them didn't actually want me to put it out, so I never did. But there has been fighters in the past few years that were on the brink, and they've said that this event has saved their life. And people think that this may be just a big night of drinking and partying, but it's not. It gives someone a purpose. It puts someone in a team. Yeah,
100%. And it just puts your mind onto something, and like look at me. I wouldn't have thought. I actually wouldn't have thought I would like boxing, sort of thing. It wasn't really a thing for me when I was younger, sort of a thing, except for nights out in the town.
Oh yeah. I don't think Nige and Glenn get enough credit for what this event does.
Oh, 100% they don't. No,
because I think people will look at it. And I've spoken to people about this that have never seen it, and they go, "Oh, yeah, it's just people just killing the pig, making money." I said, "No, that's not it." I hope it's all right for me to say this for Nigel Glenn, but they'll put on events where they ran at a loss, and they do understand the importance of this event and what it does for people. Yeah. And they didn't stop it. They went, no, we'll take the hit because we do know how important it is.
Yeah, 100%.
Good on those two.
Yeah.
I know Nige listens to all of these, so I'll focus on Nige. Good on you, Nige. Glenn doesn't know how to use Spotify, so he probably won't. With things like suicide, I look back and say, 10 years ago, you heard about it, but no one, you always heard a friend or some distant person it's happened to, but it seems like now everyone has had someone close to them to do it. Why is it this?
It's such a big thing now, isn't it? Yeah.
When did this happen?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think back the same. Like as you said, go back 10 years ago, you didn't really hear about it too much, but now it's sort of one of these things where people just see it as a way out. And because it was one of the things that, like, I had a guy here in Perth that, you know, he's had some dark times, and he'd put some stuff on Instagram and that, and I actually hit him up. I was like, bro, like, what's the go, man? Like, why? Like, why do you think about doing this sort of stuff? And he just goes, look, he just said, the pain, because, like, yeah, he was slitting his arms and doing all that sort of stuff, and he was just like, the pain in my head is so bad that he has to inflict pain elsewhere to try and take the pain out of his head, away from his head.
Self-harm.
So it's just, and I'm just like, wow, it's just crazy.
It is. It makes sense though when people, you can understand why people do it, and not saying I agree or disagree with them, but when they actually talk to you and explain why they do it, you go, well, it almost makes sense.
Yeah.
It's rough. Someone once said to me, they said, we don't want to die. He said, I don't want to die. I just want the pain to stop.
Yeah.
But what could you tell people? Because so many people, you truly don't see it coming.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's what, you know, the clairvoyant or whatever they're called, told me. He was just like, look, he said, Rowan's here, and he knows that where you were back 3-4 years ago, and he said if he knew what he knows now, like up there, he wouldn't have done it, because he knows, like, you know, he knows where I am now, and he knows, you know, I'm, you know, successful or whatever, like, you know, with my business and whatever, and I've sort of turned around and come good. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's hard.
Still hurts.
Yeah, 100%.
Doesn't get easier.
Oh, well, yeah, it's sort of, well, it does, but yeah, you just, you know, I think of him every day, you know, everything you do, it sort of reminds you of the little prick. But
I'm sorry to hear those two stories, mate. That's definitely rough.
Yeah.
I don't know. What advice, if someone is getting close to that point, you have any advice for them?
I feel like, yeah, like, do something out of your ordinary. You have to, like, yeah, go out and, like, do boxing or, like, sort of something like that where they can put their anger, you know, if they do have anger or whatever for something, they can put their anger into something and put their mind onto something else. Like, yeah, like as you said, like this thing is next level. It's just, you know, it takes your mind off.
This consumes you, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, you know, then, you know, if they put their mind into the boxing, and they can, yeah, maybe hopefully stop, you know, thinking about the other. I did a run in Freo with my mate. One of his friends, her son suicided, and she set up this. It's a, what do they call it? Like a stair. It's actually the weekend, or is it the day? No, it's on the 20th, I think it is actually. Okay. They do it next to the Lucky Shag. There's some stairs there, and they run up in an hour, and they have to do as many stairs as possible. So I did it last year, and I actually held the record for half a day until
still the record, mate.
Until it was taken from me. But yeah, I think it was, what was it, 70 up and backs in 1 hour.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was hard, but yeah, it was actually, I can't remember her name. It was a boxer anyway. She took it out.
Do you think boxing, why people don't turn to boxing, which personally I think is the best sport that someone could do? Because it's an individual sport, but it's also a team. You know, you get involved in a team or a coach.
Yeah, correct.
And you can start at any level.
Yeah.
And you can be as into it, you can just work on the pads your whole career, boxing career, or you can jump straight in the ring.
Yeah.
Do you think boxing has a stigma attached to it, like the wrong, I suppose, impression that it's got?
I feel like it sort of did. But now it's sort of starting to change a lot. There's a lot more of these more unique gyms coming out now, and they're a lot more just sort of like, you know, fitness sort of based. But yeah, you still do get your so-called fight gyms.
Yeah.
You know, where you get your rock stars in there and they just...
Oh, yeah, we know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
We won't name them.
Yeah, we won't name any names.
We know.
But, yeah, you know, they're intimidating for some people. But
gone are the days of you turning up to a boxing gym and get thrown in the ring with a killer from the start.
100%.
And if that ever did happen, can you imagine that happening in counterbalance?
No.
Not a chance.
Yeah,
how good is Craig and Leone?
Oh, he's
and the boy.
Oh, he's Dave.
How good is that kid?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Quality
he's
family.
Going places.
He is, isn't he?
He is. How old is he? He's 20 or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, he'd be around that anyway.
He could pass for 15 though, couldn't he?
Yeah.
What a quality young man. That kid has got a bright future.
Oh, 100%.
And can fight like a demon.
He does.
Doesn't look like it either.
Yeah, I know.
So he got that sub win the other day.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Boom.
I can't believe I'm talking him up. Jeez. He's never going to let me hear the end of this. Because I know a lot of people, every PCR that I've seen, the applications get more and more each time. A lot of people say, how do we get in? Because I think it's the equivalent. They pick about 1 out of 10. Well, I think about 1 out of 10, that wouldn't be 1 out of 10. It's about 1 out of 6 or 7, which is still hard to get in.
Mm.
But I think if anyone is listening, I think if you lock your sponsor away, I think that's the key.
Yeah.
To
lock
getting
your
in.
sponsor early in. And
hit up Easy As Earth Moving.
Yeah. Plenty of cash.
Cash. Only dealing cash. I know how you tradies are.
Oh, it's gone over days that Kyashh was king anyway.
What's going on with Kyashh?
Oh, don't talk to me about it.
What? How? Only because I worked in a trading industry for a shorter period of time. Not saying I ever did Kyashh. Everything I did ran through the books, or as I like to call it, the cookbooks. No,
Yeah.
as with Kyashh, someone said I'll pay cash, and then they go, or I'll transfer you the cash.
Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy.
Oh, delusional.
I get so many people like that. They rock up to site after I've quoted them cash, and they're just like, oh, so what's your bank details? I'm like, what part of cash don't you understand, mate? Like, cash is cash. Kish. Where is the kish? Kish here? Not kish.
Spelt with a K. Kyashh. Kiashh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, the general public. Aren't they?
The general public.
Aren't they
Get me
something else?
Started.
With you must have seen some things in your work.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, you go around to sites and you go around to they try to tell you what they want, and they try to tell you that, there's X amount of material to take out, and then you work it. You end up going around there because, they
may underestimate the size of the job.
Underestimates,
yeah.
And
it's 10 square meters, mate. You go over there.
Oh yeah, it's a small job. You should whip it out in a few hours. And then
You're digging a pool.
Dear. But it's not too bad. You go around there sometimes. You end up. You end up giving them a few better ideas, and then you end up making a bit more cash out of it. So,
Kyashh. That's the way to go, though. If they're good, I mean, there are a lot of good people. There's some peanuts out there, but there's a lot of good people out there as well, isn't there?
Yeah, 100%.
So,
and like I sort of aim my business on, communication. And communicating to the client and letting them know what your, what time you'll be on site, how long you're going to be there for, and so to speak, making the job better for them, and getting the best out of their money. You know what I mean? Like, if I feel like their idea might, could be better, their money could be spent better elsewhere, I'll tell them. I'll just be like, look, I'm just going to put it out there. If I was spending the cash, I'd be doing this, this, and this instead of that. And a lot of people, they love that, and because a lot of people they can't see past, they can't imagine what anything would look like.
No, they've seen something on Better Homes and Gardens.
Yeah, exactly,
That's it. I want that.
Yeah, they want that. Yeah, exactly. But then a lot of people, then some people you come around and they want real basic, and I'm just like, look, you could also do this, this, and this, and they're like, oh wow, really? And then you do it for them, and they're amazed. I've just created this big space that they didn't have, and the house has increased in value by X amount, and yeah, so
Beautiful.
I always want to get those 5-star Google reviews.
Oh,
Hey,
easy as
I've got
earth,
about
moment.
20 so far. I need to get back on it.
I'll give you one. I'll just throw them out willy-nilly. What's the worst part of the job? What is the most frustrating part of the job? Not the collecting the invoices, but what is? There must be one thing that just drives you insane. Obviously not pencil pines, because I saw what you did to that one in that poor guy's backyard.
I feel like it's a little bit to do with some of the people are really hard to deal with. The ones that just don't have any idea about earthworks and don't have, you send them a quote and they just go, wow, like I didn't even think it was going to be half that amount.
Yeah.
And then they want you to, can you
do bits of it?
Yeah, or how much is it to do that part or this part? Like, they want you to segregate it all and tell you, and it just ends up a headache. But funnily enough, it's always the ones that live in Dalkeith and your Claremonts, and it's always the ones with lots of money. These are the ones that are wanting to do this. It's not the ones that are struggling. It's always
the reason
the ones
they got that money, mate.
It's always the ones with plenty of cash. So, but yeah, and it's hard to get it out of them sometimes. And then sometimes you'll give them a quote, and say if it's $3,000 or whatever, and they say, oh yeah, we want to do cash, and they're like, oh okay, so $2,500 cash, and I'm like, no mate, no, $3,000. It's anyway.
Oh, I don't miss those days, mate.
No.
And you actually do the job yourself, because I know a lot of places maybe will own a business, but they don't actually get out there and do the digging.
Yeah.
You're out there digging.
Yeah, I'm actually the one pulling the levers. So, yeah, I did have a guy helping me last year for a few months, but, so to speak, as they come across as a final trim excavator operator, and he wasn't very final at all. He was shocking. So I'd spend more time fixing his fuck ups.
What's a final trim excavator driver?
So it's pretty much just like, if you can come along and like
smooth everything
out, make it look really pretty right at the end, you know what I mean? Or just I used to tell him, go nice and slow. I'm not rushing you. You've got plenty of time to do this, and this, and I don't know whether he's Irish, and I've come across a lot of them in the game, and they're just so gun ho, and they just whoop it. They just whoop it up, and they just go 100 miles an hour, and they just leave it a mess. Then they got to come back and fix it, and that's what I had to do a few times with him. Then I end up spending more hours going back and fixing it rather than if you do it right the first time.
You won't have that problem.
Yeah, you won't have that problem.
So you work by yourself?
Yeah, I just work with myself, and then if I ever need people, I've got heaps of mates that doing the FIFO game, so when they're on break, I'll just hit them up and be like, you want to earn some cash while you're on break, just to come and pretty much hold a shovel or spot or whatever, so
the health and safety and the paperwork must be something else.
Yeah, so
the dial before you dig, you do all that stuff as well.
Yeah, you got to do all of them. Yeah, I usually get the client to do as much of that as possible. Of any of my quotes, I've got cut and paste.
Have you ever come across some hidden gems underneath a house? Any DIY electrical work?
Oh well, yeah. I come across a good one at my mate's place actually. Yeah, he had in his backyard. He had a big jar of cash.
Really?
That he totally forgotten about. Yeah.
He put it there?
He put it there.
Oh,
yeah.
He claims he put it there.
Yeah, he totally did. And then, he opened up it was in a Milo tin because we were pulling it out behind his retaining wall. He's taking out his retaining wall. Mm. And, it wasn't too far down, but, apparently he went away and he was like, shit, what am I going to do with his cash? And he's buried it in his backyard. And, we pulled out 2 of these Milo tins with a good amount of cash in there.
Really?
And they even had mould on like the sides of the $100 notes.
Really?
Yeah,
so the old grey ones or something?
No, they were green.
The greens?
They were green.
Yeah.
But,
you're doing that chair, mate.
Yeah, they were green, but they just went all mouldy and real weird. I'd never seen anything like it. But,
okay.
Yeah, he was stoked.
Have you pulled anything really strange out of a backyard?
No, not really. No, not really.
You just pull it, you see it, then you
Yeah,
just fill it back in.
Yeah,
That's
just
not
cover
my
it
problem.
back over. Yeah.
There was
No Aboriginal artifacts. Never seen any of that.
There was a guy in Inglewood, I remember seeing him, and he was digging a bore. I don't know whatever happened this day, but I saw it, and I was on my bike, and I kept riding. I said, I don't want to even be part of this. He was digging a bore out the front, and I could hear this god-awful noise, and he's pulled it up, and this guy must have had 200 metres of cables wrapped around. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was...
So it could have been NBN or anything.
Could have been anything. I'm not too sure, but I just kept going because I don't want to be part of this, and I kept going.
Yeah.
And it got the best of me. I rode past it probably 2 weeks later. No, how good's this? And on the ground, the hole was still there, and the big pile of cables. I still don't even know what it is.
Yeah, wow.
Should go down and ask.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I had it just the other week, actually. Did a job in Claremont, and I was pulling out a root stump, and I was literally pulling it towards myself. So I pulled it towards myself, and as it popped, I've pulled it up, and I've gone, oh, what's that? Yellow pipe came up. Oh, gas pipe. Yeah, so it pulled straight out of the main, and very quickly stunk the area out with gas.
Whose fault's that?
Oh well, yeah, it's no one's fault really. It would have happened to anyone going there and doing the job, So that's why I have to have a good terms and conditions in my quoting, and I state that any unbeknowns that I don't know about, it's up to the client has to pay for any damages. Yeah. They tell me if there's any there, and I can't do anything about it if I don't know they're there. So that's why I sort of try and pass the dial before he digs onto them as well, and they organise that. So
yeah, because that'd be a tough one. That'd be where people will be like, "No, I'm going to try to blame someone else."
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it comes down to a blame game, and that's why I've got a really good terms and conditions, and I just I had a mate do it up for me, so
locked away
in court, no good.
Because I can imagine not a mistake, but an incident could become very costly very quickly.
Big time, yeah. If you're taking out an NBN on St. George's Terrace, it's going to cost you a fortune.
Could you imagine? Because everyone would get you for loss of income.
Oh, big time.
Oh, they'd be lining up, wouldn't they? Mm-hmm. That's where you just take the end off the excavator, put it on the car, and get the hell out of there. Quickly put those false plates on.
That's when you you just go straight to Perth Airport and just go straight to Europe and catch you later.
I wonder if any of that does go on.
Oh, I reckon it would.
Maybe, just till it blows over.
Yeah.
Oh, so dangerous. I don't miss any of that. I didn't do it nearly to the same extent you did. You do. But still, I was like, no. It was always a worry. We used to deal with asbestos, and every time we dig, we just had to dig so softly.
Yeah.
Because someone's put retic in there.
Yeah. So I hate retic.
We had a bore out the back of our house when we bought this. And they had run an extension cord from like the laundry, and then they just ran it. Yeah, it wasn't just underground. Like, I'm kidding you, it was about 3 inches underground, and it spat out the end. And someone's pulled the bore out, and the wires were just still sticking out the back, and it was still alive. Yeah, if you turned it on, it was still alive.
Yeah,
that's quality.
That's gold, eh? You see some good stuff.
They're in the Spearwood area. Imagine the add-ons and the.
Yeah, so
just
much.
Tapping in.
But even like the actual services are meant to be, 600 below ground, and sometimes you just scrape the surface and there they are.
They're right there. I suppose if the soil level drops, it's supposed to be an orange conduit or something. Is that how it goes?
Well, there's meant to be tape above it as well, which you barely ever see.
Really?
Well. So you usually get like a danger tape
or like a warning.
Yeah. Maybe
I should have done that when I hooked up my gate out the front.
Ooh.
There was some suspect electrical work there, my friend.
Yeah, that sound a bit dodgy.
Should get you in here digging some stuff.
Yeah.
I dug out I think about 14 trees from this property.
Yeah, wow.
By hand.
Yeah.
Because I was broke.
Yeah.
And never again. I think the last one, excavator came in. Should have done that from the start.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Let's get back on this PCR, mate. You staying at the Crown?
I am, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing
Which
Saturday.
nights?
I'm doing Saturday and Sunday.
The double?
The double whammy, yeah, so I can sort of chill out on a Sunday and that. But that was before I knew my dad was coming over, so he's coming over, but no, here's what it is.
So your mum's not coming over?
No, just him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your dad's just going to be looking after your place while...
No, I'll bring him down and probably go for a feed in the casino and just chill out.
Yeah.
Take him out to the pool maybe if he's keen.
Did you go to the rehearsal for your one? Have they always been doing these rehearsals?
Yeah, the one on the Saturday, you mean, like before it?
Yeah, like at about midday or just after midday.
Yeah.
You went to that before.
That's why I'm thinking, like, about the whole sleep thing. Like, I don't know when I'm going to fit it in, you know, like, because you sort of get there and you check, what time's check-in for your rooms?
About 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure straight after that is rehearsal. Usually around 4 o'clock or 4:30
no,
or something.
I think they're doing it the other way. I think they got rehearsal. They're bringing rehearsal forward till about 2.
Yeah.
So you finish rehearsal and then check in.
Yeah. Okay,
that
then you
works
can go up
better.
and chill out. Yeah, okay.
Way better.
Yeah, that is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not staying there. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
Because I stayed there once and then I got up to the room and I'd forgotten half my stuff and I just went into panic mode. And I got to work the next day, 8 a.m.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, I'm not going to be
this
productive.
time around again.
Oh, no, this one. This is the first one. I'm going to work Sunday at 8 a.m.
Oh, struth.
I'm not going to be productive.
Yeah, wow.
I'm going to be just taking it easy. I think the UFC's on as well, so I'll be fixed to the TV.
Oh, yeah.
You seem pretty fit and healthy prior to this. Have you had to lose weight, put on weight? What have you had to do?
No, not really. No, I've pretty much just kept training. And I knew, when I found out I was going to be fighting Hudson, there was a bit of backwards and forwards maybe. I thought I was maybe going to have to fight like one of the bigger boys, taller lads.
Some big boys this time around.
Yeah.
Some real big hitters.
Yeah, so I was worried I was going to be up against 6'4", one of them 6'5" lads again.
I thought you may have gone up against Jordan, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what a few of the guys were saying. Yeah, but managed to duck and weave.
Dodge that bullet.
Hey.
That's going to be a good fight with him.
100%.
He's quick for a big guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he can move.
But Cam can hit.
Because I sparred Jordan. Yeah, very early on in the piece. So I was like, oh yeah, you know. But yeah, now doing a camp with Cam. Yeah, he can definitely hit.
Cam can.
Yeah.
They're fight 4.
Yeah, right.
This event.
That's going to be good.
This event is just seems to be stacked.
Yeah.
The first
fight 4, that's going to be killer. Yeah.
That's early for 2 big boys to go at it.
Yeah, 100%.
And they got the 2 girls that Mongi said, this is not me, this is Mongi, I'm going to drop him in it. Mongi claims we got a bet on as well. That fight 1, we're going to see the first stoppage in a female fight.
Ooh.
It's possible.
It is very possible.
They can
throw bombs.
Both of them.
Yeah, because I remember right at the start, I was sparring, I think it was Nadia. Oh, like not sparring, but, you know, we're just sort of throwing backwards and forwards. And I was just like, you know, if you see an opening, you know, go for it, you know, this and that. And she just gave me this straight right, straight into the snozzer, and I felt every little bit of it.
Really?
And here I am trying to
Doesn't hurt.
That was good. Yeah. Yeah, it hurt.
Those I thought Nadia was the better fighter when I was watching them in week 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But Olivia's come on.
Oh, big time.
And Nadia's come on as well. I think they're on a par.
Yeah, they're on it. They're even Stevens, 100%.
All these fights are close.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had it 7-7 going to the main event.
Everyone's very, well, I can only speak for Red Team, of course, but yeah, we're fit. So.
Is there a dark horse in the Red Team?
Yeah, I don't really know,
Tell you a fight I'm looking forward to. It's been sitting under the radar. Is the Zacharani against Kevin Castle?
Yeah.
I think both of those guys are going to produce something. I reckon that's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, 100%.
They both got massive amount of support in that crowd as well.
Zach's a legend, so yeah, I hope he does well.
Zach, broken ribs. on the last one. Missed out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who else? You got Alex on your team? He's
Yeah,
one with
Alex,
broken thumb.
He's got a broken thumb at the moment?
No, he had a broken thumb.
he
That's
had.
why he missed the last one.
Okay.
'Cause you had 3 guys that got injured. You had Alex, Zach, and Matty Cox from the blue team.
Yeah, that's
Vince
right.
broke his rib like a week out.
Yeah.
Not deliberately. He
Yeah.
claims that. Yeah, sure he did, Vince.
Sure.
It's going to be good fights the whole way through.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
No, it'll be an awesome night.
Having this event, which is 11 days. 11 days away. There you go. 11 days away. Has it made it easier to train?
Yeah, well, it is sort of getting, you're over that hump and you can see the light at the end of a tunnel. So you just sort of, I've said it a few times, it's only a few days left of, crazy.
It is. This is the last week because that last week is really just a recovery.
Yeah. So it's just if my work as well, like I'm getting up at 5 a.m., every day sort of a thing. And then, you're training at 6:45.
So you're getting home late.
Yeah, then you're getting home at 8:30 sort of a thing, and then having to cook a feed, and well, I'm lucky that my housemate, he's pretty good. He cooks enough for me, and
Beautiful.
he's a legend. Thanks, Phil. Shout out to you, mate.
Phil, slipping in some cash.
But I'd be pretty much fucked without him.
Yeah.
So it's good.
It's good the people that get around you to support you. You know how there's a lot of people that go, yeah, if you need anything, give me a call. And then you go, yeah, I'm not going to call. This person's not going to do anything. Yeah. But then people just seem to come out of the woodwork. They go, if you need something, we're right there.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
Good on you, Phil.
Yeah.
Good on. Am I going to meet Phil on the night?
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
Well, I know Phil when
he's
I
an Irish fella, so
jeez,
he'll be hanging around the old boy as well.
Okay. I look forward to meeting your old man at the event as well.
Yeah, he'll be there.
How's this lead in this time been different to the last time?
Well, I know what happens on the night.
Is that a good thing? It's got to be a good thing.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, it's definitely
it's an advantage.
Definitely an advantage. Yeah, I feel.
How would you explain the night to someone that's never been and is fighting?
I guess I don't know. You just.
How would you not get overwhelmed by what you see?
It's pretty hard not to get overwhelmed, really. Like, I didn't think it was going to be anything like it was.
You did the walkout. You look pretty comfortable on that walkout, the YMCA walkout. You did the actions and everything.
It was a classic. But, I think just when that bell rings and you're in there and you're making eye contact with him, it's real. That's when all the training, everything like that just comes to that one moment. It's just you and him. There's no, you got your trainers, on your corners and whatever, but yeah, it's just you and him. No one else can really help you. Like a footy match, you got your other players that can help you out. It's just it's just yourself. You're the one that can win it.
I've spoken to Hudson a few times, and he's a good man, and I know that he definitely doesn't want to cause you any pain or injury, but he, that when that bell goes, he's coming for you just as much as you're going for him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm nervous. For most of these fights. I've been to 6 of these, and I still get nervous. Yeah. Certain fights. That Barry and Alec one.
Oh, that's going to be...
I was thinking about stepping away from the commentary just to watch that one.
That's going to be hectic. Because I've been sparring Barry heaps, and he's on another level. He's on another level in comparison even to last time, you know what I mean? So
he's just a mad Irishman that has been just brewing.
And he wants his redemption.
How's the balls on him, though, for calling him out again?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Because Alex, I've been following Alex with his battlegrounds and these latest MMA fights.
Yeah.
And Alex is no joke.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's strong for a smaller guy.
Yeah. I guess it's just, I don't know. Is Alex sort of more of an MMA grappler, sort of a style, whereas Barry only knows the boxing side of things, you know what I mean? So
maybe.
We are in a boxing fight, not an MMA fight.
We are, but he's proved that he can throw hands as well.
Yeah, he has. even though that last fight might have been a bit doctored as well, I reckon. But
Do you really? Did you give it to Barry?
100%.
I was on the fence. Did you give it to Barry?
Maybe because you know I am red team, so I'm.
That's exactly the reason. That is exactly the reason. I asked any blue team member, Alex, no dramas.
Yeah.
Any red team, any close one. There were some close fights. But did you score it for Barry while you were there, or did you watch it back?
I watched there, and when I watched it back, I still did. Look, he did gas in that last, a lot. So I think,
Spoken like a true red there.
that could have hurt him, but I think this time his fitness is definitely up there more, and he's proven that he can go over rounds. So
I think for anyone that does attend on the night, before you make any harsh judgment calls, if you don't agree with the fight, watch it back, because
always.
I've had some times where I've thought, call the cops, there's been a robbery. I've just witnessed a robbery, and then I watched it back and I went, oh no, these refs got it right.
Yeah.
I had it wrong.
Yeah.
So much can depend on where you're sitting.
Yeah, 100%. And who you're around, and
Oh yeah.
It's the same when I went to the UFC and I saw Volk
Against
Volk's
Makhachev?
here. When he was here.
Yep.
Yeah, and all the Aussies were shouting that he's pretty much got fucked over, and
I gave it to Makhachev.
even when he was here. Did you go see it though?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was.
No.
I feel like it was. Yeah, that was another one because I went back and I watched it then, and I was like, oh okay. But when you're there,
with that crowd,
it was Volks any day of the week. It was.
The crowd makes such a difference.
Oh, big time. No wonder it's coming back to Perth again, because it was heard on the worldwide, how loud the crowd was. The commentators even commented
on how loud it was.
On how loud it was, yeah. So,
oh geez, we're so one-eyed, aren't we? As well. What are you doing in that chair?
I don't know.
Is the chair all right? Do you want to swap chairs?
I keep hitting it with my leg.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're doing? Yeah. UFC's coming back. Do you know who they reckon the main event's going to be? This is going to be madness in the crowd.
Well, they're thinking it could be the
Adesanya against Dricus Duplessis.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That could be epic. Well, it will be epic. What do you mean? Could be.
I just can't wait to see what goes on outside of RSC Arena after it's all finished. Because you've got these South Africans who love Dricus as much as we love Volk.
Yeah.
And then you've got a lot of Aussies and Kiwis who are just all about Adesanya.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be next level.
I hope it's not a robbery.
It was the same after the Volks fight.
Yeah. But there are dramas outside.
Well, we literally just did the Houdini out of there. We went to the car park and got in our car and went home. We didn't want to stay around because, there was a lot of people unhappy.
Doesn't it start at about 5 in the morning? It starts really early too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it probably will, yeah. Yeah.
If the early prelims, because the pay-per-view, so there's early prelims, if that started at 5 o'clock, I know what we would do because we're sensible, but do you reckon the majority of Perth go, I'll have a really early Saturday night and get up early and go down there? Or do they opt to head out Saturday night and then power through it? Not too sure. We don't know how they do it.
Yeah,
they suddenly get a burst of energy about every 45 minutes.
Coffee shops must go wild that early in the morning, eh? Yeah.
Those double espressos.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's probably why there's a drama. Because by 1 in the afternoon, you've been awake for 36 hours. Your fighter hasn't won.
You've lost a lot of money on the tote because you've
backed the Aussie.
Yeah. And you've had too many coffees, so you're not thinking straight.
No. And then you get in your car, you drive home, trying to get to sleep, and your eyeballs are like that. That surely couldn't happen.
Discuses.
Do you have any concerns? I mean, you've been there before. You've seen it all before. Do you have any concerns about this event?
No, not really. Look, I respect Hudson. So, I'm going to respect him on the night and just let the best man win, I guess, and just
Do you have any plans for afterwards?
No, not really. Probably go up to my room and get changed and come back down.
I don't mean the night. I mean that I know that some of the fighters have struggled after the event's finished, whether they win or lose, that they have a bit of a come down because this has been totally
such a high,
and totally consuming for, I guess, since the start of the year, since you got the course. You got 4 months.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have to. 2 days after I'm flying to Melbourne on the 23rd. With me dad, and then I'm staying there for a week. So I'm having a week off after the fight.
That'll give you the perfect come down and just being able to be with family.
Yeah, but then I'm picking up a new truck in Victoria and driving it all the way back along the Nullarbor. So I don't know that part.
Did I see you asking if anyone wants stuff brought back?
Yeah.
At one point,
trying to get a bit of pocket money,
cash,
some more cash.
I saw that, and when I first read it, I thought it said, "Is anyone coming back?" And you wanted someone to bring something back for you. I would not touch anything. Just bring me back this, okay? What kind of truck? Bigger one?
Yeah,
gotta go bigger.
Yeah, I'm upgrading.
What are you getting?
Yeah, so I bought a Scania. It's a 6-wheeler, as they say. So it's got 2 axles on the back, so it can carry a lot more material. And
you'll need a bigger excavator.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, eh? We always, A lot of people did say to me when I first started, they're like, "Oh, so what are you going to keep?" Yeah, I'm going to stay small. And then they just start laughing at me, and they go, "Yep, that's what I said. And now look what I've got. I've got all the machines."
Do you have the place to store all this stuff?
Yeah, so guy who I used to work for in the gas pipeline industry, I hit him up because he has a
yard
in Cudale.
Everyone that I've ever spoken to knows a guy with a yard.
Yeah. So it's killer yard. It's huge, and I have done work for him. Actually, went away during this camp, and I did 12 days up north for them because they were short on operators. So I thought I'd try and earn a few brownie points and go away and help them out. You know what I mean? So help me out too. It's good money going up there again. But
is there going to be enough room for the Scania there?
Yeah, there will be. I'm selling the other ones.
Oh, okay.
So if anyone wants to buy a Hino truck.
Finder's fee. If you contact me, there's going to be a finder's fee.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'm down for that.
And you get to keep the Perth Corporate Rumble sticker that you. Oh no, you're not selling the car.
Yeah, no, it's a truck. It's a big truck. Yeah.
Jeez, it's going to make life easier.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I'm going to get a bit of money back in the back pocket as well. So
really,
yeah,
beautiful. Just start putting some bets on for the PCR, mate, and you'll
a few insider bets.
Imagine that. Imagine if there's.
I wish there was someone doing that.
Oh, there's bets going on. Cato and Vince are the absolute worst too. Those two, they love a punt. They were in here this morning just talking about punting.
Yeah, wow.
They love it.
Yeah, terrible.
Terrible. Few beers. Let's punt.
Yeah.
But they could never do it. But I know a lot of, like, when I say small bets, $5 and $10 bets. And when I say $10, I mean 1,000. No. A lot of that stuff goes on the night, just between tables. Obviously, never be a boxer involved in that kind of stuff.
Well, I think, I know. Well, one of my mates, he had it with one of my other friends, and it was they were doing $100 per fight, and then if whoever would win, the other person, the loser, got to choose the next fight.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't have it.
$100 each one. I
didn't have it 11-2 last time.
Yeah. Nah, definitely not.
I think I picked out of the 13 fights, I think I got 4.
Yeah.
I didn't get it at all. There's no.
Yeah, I don't know what happened last time.
But that's the good thing, is how close the fights are. Because there's no one, like, anyone can win any of these fights.
That's right.
It could just be that one little punch, that one extra bit of cardio.
Well, that's all it is. It's just points, and that's what I keep telling the people. I'm just like, it's just points. And like realistically, you're not going to knock someone out with 16-ounce gloves. So it's just all about points. The more times you touch them,
Mike
points.
Tyson might knock out Jake Paul with those 16 ounces.
I hope so.
Do you reckon? I'm going to put it out there. I reckon Jake Paul's going to put Tyson down.
Yeah, I have a feeling about that too. But yeah, then again, he's such a I don't know. I think if it's someone's going to drop Jake Paul, it'll be Mike, because Mike is the king of boxing. I feel like he is, and he's. Yeah, anyway.
It's a shame what happened with him.
Time will tell.
We talked about this the other night. Imagine if he didn't do those 4 years in jail.
No, tell me about it.
Imagine, got Holyfield while he was in his prime.
I know. Yeah.
Different story.
Big time.
I don't know.
No.
Poor Mike. I can't believe, how do we bring up Jake Paul? I reckon Jake Paul's going to win.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I don't know.
I reckon Mike Tyson might trip.
I feel like it could be a bit dodgy, though. Like there's a lot of that money.
There's no scoring. Did you know that?
There's no scoring for it. Yeah, okay.
No, there's no scoring. The only way someone can win is if
It's a knockdown.
It's a knockout, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I think they're 2-minute rounds as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, short and sweet.
We should get them in the main event of the PCR.
Oh.
Imagine that.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And
I've actually got I got a good mate coming, Action Jackson, England. So he's on.
Really? He won the other day. I messaged him. I follow that guy all the time.
Yeah, so he's coming. He's on my table.
He had a great win the other day. He won the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's now he's top. Yeah, he's got a top 10 ranking now, so
he's a slick fighter.
Oh yeah, he's a weapon. And he loves getting dressed up. So I hit him up. I hit him up a while back and I said, "Oh, would you be keen?" And he's like, "Oh, look, if I win this fight, I'll be keen." And I was like, yeah, right. And then I hit him up the other day and I said, "Oh, are you still keen?" And he's like, "Oh, shit, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, bloody oath, let's do it."
Is he?
Yeah, so he's going to be out there, he reckons, yahooing when I'm coming out.
Jeez.
He'll be all dressed up to the nines. He loves it.
Got to introduce me, mate.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I might have a new favourite. I think you'll go to the wayside. I'll be all Action Jackson from now on.
He's a good looking fella, I tell you.
Oh, no. I actually saw that fight, the other day. I only saw the highlights, but, good on him. He's doing well.
Yeah, he's next level.
He's sort of been flying under the radar a little bit as well, hasn't he?
Big time, yeah.
Do you think that's because all the focus is around people like Tim Tszyu and...
It's just, people with money.
That's it.
Money talks, as I say, so...
But if he keeps winning...
Yeah, that's it, and he's... the fight before last, I think a lot of people saw it and was like, yeah, this guy can fight.
It's quick.
Yeah, just so quick.
Real
just
quick.
So athletic, and he can just keep going, he's got a good heart.
You see how hard 3 rounds is. Could you imagine 12? Could you imagine?
No, I couldn't even imagine.
They are a different level of fitness, those guys, aren't they?
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah. No, I couldn't even imagine it.
I get tired commentating. I need a rest.
Oh, dear. Like I say, concentrate on your breathing and this and that, but geez.
It's hard. It must be exhausting when you just can't hit the other person as well.
Yeah.
Frustrating, exhausting.
Yeah.
And copping a couple of low blows like you dished out to Gordy. The only one that saw that. Less than 2 weeks out, mate. It's great to have you in here. It's long overdue.
It has.
And I know
missed out last time.
I know the other 2 commentators are going to be very excited to see you in the ring. We've actually requested that you do it without shirts, but they haven't allowed it
Yet.
Just take them off. They can't stop you. Mate, I want to thank you very much for spending your Tuesday afternoon with me, and I want to wish you all the best for the last week and a half of training. And after I'll see you on the night. I'll see Action Jackson, and he might let me actually talk to you. But I will see you on the night. Cannot wait to see you back in there after the event. Feel free to come in here. We'll put it up on the big screen and we'll watch the fantastic effort you're going to put on April 20.
Sounds good.
Thanks for coming in, mate, and I'll chat to you soon.
Thanks, brother.